Yeah, all right. Hi, all right there, all right there. Would you? Do you remember those? No, that's no good. Do you? All right there. I'm so tired. All right there. My name's Chris Dangerfield. Welcome to my channel. I say that a lot, don't I? That's quite familiar. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe. That's it. Uh, we'll get onto that in a minute. You know what I was just thinking, just before I started recording? I was thinking about how little my generation, how little we learn at honestly. Look, I was thinking. I was yeah. Da-da. I was thinking. Right, look. For instance, when I went to my first art college, I'd done illustration, right? And we'd done nothing on computers. We were literally painting on canvas or like scratching on, like, doing on bits of wood and boards and things. And with like paint, real paint. And it was literally, by the time I left art college, I hung around for another 4 years. I proper milked it. I'd done 5 years in total at art college. Amazing, amazing. Left school and I looked around and I went, oh, hang on a minute. All my mates were like laying bricks and shit. And I was like, they were like getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, no, I can't. I was so smashed on acid and weed. I just thought, I can't do it. Luckily, put a few drawings together, look at some women, nice curves, trying to sell it to you. I was actually quite into it. I wasn't, I wasn't just ladding it up. I was quite into it. And then, so I got into an art college when I was like 16. And in those days, I was getting a grant and the loan, because my year was like the crossover, because they didn't want to just introduce it in case there was problems. So I got grants and loans. So I think for 2 years, I was so rich. I couldn't work out all these things about students being really poor. I was so rich as a student. It was incredible. I sold quite a lot of drugs as well, though. But even so, that was just like more. Anyway, I was thinking about that sort of thing. I was thinking about all that trigonometry. Do you remember that? Cosines and sines. Unless you're involved in that as a profession, no one's used that. Trigonometry. And the weird thing was, when I was studying it, I say studying it, I didn't get it, I didn't even try. I just thought this is obsolete. I knew it was obsolete. When they give you a book of like charts of numbers and columns and rows, this is in like 1988. This is obsolete. You're like, what the fuck? They already had the calculators that could do it. They were like, no, you can't use the scientific calculators. You're like, that's a bit weird, because the day I leave here, that's, if I get trigonometry to do, bang, I'm on the calculator. And you cunts won't have taught me how to use it. They just gave us a book. You had to look it up. 1896 sine wave 29. What the fuck? Anyway, this was my, I loved my Spectrum, my ZX Spectrum. I really did. Clive Sinclair made it. He was a hero of the 80s. He was like an entrepreneur, but he was bald and a bit geeky. He was like a hero already for the nerds. And he brought this. Well, he brought out a ZX80 first, which was just nothing, like 1K. 1K. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you how to divide a gig up into a K. I missed bits out. Gig, meg. I'm not a computer man. But I think the ZX80 was 1K. Then the one after that, the ZX81, was also 1K. I think that's the bit they'd move up, they'd develop. And that had like a weird flat keyboard. They had to sort of really press it, like no buttons at all, just writing on like a bit of plastic. And then I think then it was a ZX81. No, that oh, fuck it. Anyway, this thing come along. I got it when it was 16k. 4 months later, they said you could send it off and they'd put a chip in it and it would come back 48k. I done that. I played Night Lord. I played Elite. I played so many games. I would get up in the morning and I'd play games on my Spectrum before school for like 2 long hours and get bags under my eyes. I still got them burnt in there red from getting up in cold winter's morning, sitting there drinking milky coffee, playing fucking Spectrum games on a Monday morning before school. Just looking at it and its mad little noise. The thing about the Spectrum, it had a really shit sound. It just did. When you had like sort of weird school kid competitions with kids who had Commodore 64s, you'd go around their house and they'd go, oh, do you want to play Uridium? And it'd go, and you'll be like, oh my fucking Christ, that's amazing. And it'd be and you'd get home and you'd put your Spectrum on and it'd go, you were like, yeah, it was really weird. But the graphics were crap as well. Again, the Commodore 64, it was them two. It was the Commodore 64 versus this. You had the few sort of anomalies like Amstrads and weird things like Acorns that like sort of stepdads bought their kids, but proper families, proper families had either the Spectrum or the Commodore 64, and it had better music. Like I said, that. Hang on. But, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I told you it's late. It's always late when I've got the full glasses lean forward. You know it's late because I'm having to be quiet. Yeah, this is the Dangerfield late night channel. The special reserve. Yeah. The other thing was, like I was saying, the Spectrum graphics are crap. They could only be monochrome, like one colour and the background. So that's only like white on black usually. It was a bit limited. If you started using colours, you just squint and go, oh, my eyes hurt. But you did sort of get weird colours, but in like a block that big, it'd have to be just 2 colours. The Commodore 64 had a sprite generator. It was the envy of all 48k Spectrum owners, the sprite generator. They could make shapes in like loads of colours and they could dance around in that, so they'd have their like proper arcade graphics. However, because the Spectrum was so shit, and it was so shit, they had to really make wicked games, and they were so imaginative. Like when I go around people's houses now, it's like, oh, should we play this first-person shooter? Oh no, let's play this first-person shooter. Again. I don't get it. But in those days, one day it'll be some weird platform game, and next day like a weird thing like that, then a weird flight simulator. Hundreds of those in the early days, all shit. You're like, I don't get it. It's just lions. But yeah, Elite. Me and my mate Mark, we played Elite like almost every day for the summer holidays. Just those weird vector graphics coming at you. But check it out. I can remember in the 70s, because I'm an old boy, and I look amazing, don't I? What you can see of me, it's a person in disguise. Check it out. I remember this. I remember my mum and dad coming home with a second-hand one of this, like blowing the dust off it. Been around some gypsy's house. Put it in, plug it in, and we were so excited when it went. It went in your television. Shit, you know. Single old women in under the girdles. Played a lavender. Look at that. Me and my brother played that hours on end. You couldn't really master it. There was a limit. You couldn't master it. There was a limit to how good you could get because the controllers had their limits. So no one was ever there just going, oh, this is DOS. You know, there's only so good you could do because it was like a wheel to move a bar up and down. It's like the last thing you want. It's really weird. Really, really weird. But yeah, so you can imagine on the old Spectrum, one of the best games, and this was a favourite of mine, and if you had one of these computers, you will know this game for sure. Check it out, man. Does that just bang it right back at you? Do you remember getting up on those cold winter mornings in Dartford? Long before your mum and dad got out of bed, you'd be downstairs, stirring your cold coffee. It's been a great evening. Here, check it. That's the sound. Doomed for Life by Manic Miner. There you go, a bit of an odd one tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I suppose you listened. Now take your leave.